Hello again, everyone. Ambassador Terry with another year three. What are you doing interview with my friend and colleague, Mike Stevenson. Mike, welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a delight to be here.
Well, I'm going to go ahead.
No, carry on. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to delight in what you're doing. And I can't wait to get started. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the famous question. Mike Stevenson, what are you doing?
At the moment, I'm winding up to what I hope will be a fairly explosive year next year. I speak to large audiences, and I write a bit as well, but I'm also moving into persuasive speaking coaching. So this is all going on in the background, and I'm upping my marketing effort. And the reason for that is that I'm not getting any younger. I'm 72 now. I've lived a very multifarious life, and everything I talk about comes from experience of being down there, on the streets, and also being up there. And I think we are in the midst of a really difficult time for people of all ages. And it is really important now that we start to get different messages out there, messages on leadership, on young people, because I think young people we've got an extraordinary generation who are, maligned by certain parts of the political establishment, which I don't understand, because I think that they are not just the shapers of the future, they're the shapers of today. And I think sometimes we disassociate young people from what's happening today as if they're in some kind of waiting room to get into a leadership position by the time they're 30 or 40. And that is profoundly wrong. So I've done a lot with young people as well, and the message really does seem to get across. And I hear the most extraordinary ideas. And there's a new value system that's emerging with the young generation, which is much closer to my own value system. I come from Scotland. I don't know if you can tell from the accent, but we've got a much more communitarian value system than other parts of the world. And it really plays. This period feels very uncomfortable for Scotland because it feels as if we're in, a situation of leadership where leadership is dividing people between the haves and the have-nots and growing that divide. Now, my whole purpose in life is to give people the belief, the confidence, and the tools to maximize their own potential. Now, that sounds a bit woolly, but I've been on that journey myself, so I can explain the tools, the techniques, the psychological tricks. And also, I listen to people, and you can't really speak unless you listen. I mean, someone says, what's the first thing you should know about speaking? I say, listening. Because a lot of what I talk about has come from listening on public transport, out in the streets. I do make a point, sometimes, to the annoyance of my partner, that I will speak to strangers, because it is in strangers that you get different perspectives. We've now got a world of tribes. Now, I think I'm a disruptor of those tribal positions because, it's quite easy to establish common ground. And we don't try and do that anymore, because what we will do is speak to people who share our views, our philosophies, our values. So we get nowhere. We're not growing as people. We're not developing beyond this kind of mindset fix, which, most of us will acknowledge at some time in our life. We've been there. We've got into a kind of fixed position, and we've got to move people out. We cannot have people in those fixed positions, because that means that their minds are not open to new possibility. But I also believe that the next 10 years is going to be the most exciting in human history. So it sounds a bit counterintuitive given the world that we're in just now. But I really do think that, the business community is moving, recognizing that the real purpose is around people and planet. So what they do, should contribute to that, even if it's, using the profits and giving people employment, giving people opportunity to grow. That's the first thing. The second thing is, we are seeing new technology exploding, but not just around, around social media, which has been an amazing opportunity for us to communicate and to use our voice, with a channel that's actually available. So thanks for today. But the other thing is that we're now looking at social innovation, ways in which we can get people out of this sticky poverty. And we need to do that, because my contention, and it comes from direct experience, is that it's there that we find some of the greatest talents, the greatest minds. I mean, someone once said to me, the new Einstein is likely to be living in a Black community in the southern states, or in India, in some impoverished town there, or in a South African township. And in my experience, this is absolutely true, because I do go out to some of our outlying communities and I meet the most extraordinary talents. And the most striking thing about those communities is that's where entrepreneurship is really alive.
Right.
Do they know what to do with it?
Entrepreneurship and disruptions. I'm all over that. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Mike, wonderful to have you here with another What Are You Doing? And it's happy holidays, ladies and gentlemen. This is coming out on the 22nd. And we wish you the best. Mike, thanks for stopping in, sir. I really appreciate it.
Be my pleasure. Happy holiday season.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Consortium, the business model for the 21st century.